Back to my YouTube channel. Before we hop in this video, I want to say if you guys haven't seen episode 11 of Tone Talks, I need you guys to go check that out like always. Because why would you not want to? Like, comment, subscribe to my channel. I love you guys so much. And let's just get into this video. Today is episode 12 of Tone Talks. And this is just literally going to be about like materialistic things. I feel like this is something I wanted to talk about with you guys for a while. And just like how materialistic things don't fucking matter. You know what I mean? To me anyways, that's just my opinion. Sorry if I'm being weird. But yeah, like I just feel like materialistic things, like, don't get me wrong, like I'm gonna always be honest with you guys and always just say, like, tell you guys how I feel. I do like materialistic things, you know what I mean? Who doesn't like nice things every now and then? They're cool to look at, you know, designer things, all those things are cool to look at, you know what I mean? And it's cool if you can purchase them, like if you actually have the funds to purchase them, you know what I mean? I definitely don't, not yet. One day, cross my fingers, you know what I mean? No, I'm just kidding, but like I said, there's nothing wrong with like materialistic things or like wanting to buy materialistic things, but like materialistic things are not everything, you know what I mean? Like that is something I want to talk about. It's something that I feel like is so important to talk about, just because I feel like some people get so wrapped up in like the designer things and wanting all these labels and things like that, like, and like this is not to judge at all, this is just how I feel, you know what I mean? Like at the end of the day, materialistic things don't matter. Those things could be gone in like a split second, you know what I mean? Like those things could just easily disappear, you know what I mean? One thing I wanted to, like at the end of my life, you know, and this isn't to get dark and this isn't to be like, get all dark and scary on you guys, you know what I mean? But like at the end of like my life and when, you know, everyone's time is time to come, you know, I want to be remembered for how I was as a person and, you know, my creativity and how I was towards people and just like my attitude in general. Like I don't want to be remembered as, oh, like he always had the labels, he always had this, he always had that, like, because at the end of the day that doesn't mean anything. Like I said, those things can be gone in like a literally 2.2 seconds, you know what I mean? But what's always going to remain is you as a person and your heart and your integrities and morals, you know what I mean? And like I said, I'm not a perfect person at all. I don't claim to be perfect. I never want to sit up here and act like I'm perfect with you guys because I'm not at all. But materialistic things don't really mean anything to me. Like yes, they're cool to look at, yes, they're cool to purchase, you know. Of course, if I had the extra funds, I would have a few designer pieces because they look cool. I just like them, you know what I mean? But like that doesn't define me. Like a label doesn't define you. What you wear does not define you. What type of shoes you wear, none of that defines you. It's how you are as a person on the inside, and that's what I truly think matters. It really does. I know people that are even close to me, you know what I mean? This is no shade, but like their whole life is consumed with materialistic things, and they like, that's all like they almost like value, you know what I mean? And like, I'm not like, that's not to throw shade, that's not to talk shit, I'm not like putting them out there or anything like that. Like it just is what it is, you know what I mean? And there are like, I don't know, you know what I mean? Like I don't look at materialistic things that like they're so important. Like I just need all the materialistic things, you know what I mean? Like, cause I just don't, like I'm not like that, you know what I mean? And you know, like I said, I would rather be valued as the type of person that I was and how I was towards people and my attitude and, you know, my creativity, my talent, things like that, you know what I mean? Versus what designer labels I had or what shoes I was wearing or what backpack I was buying this week. I don't know, you know what I mean? Those are just examples, but like, I don't ever want you guys to like, and this is what I want to tell you guys, I don't ever want you guys to feel like materialistic things define you as a person. Like they don't define you as a person. Like they just are clothes and shoes and bags and purses, and it doesn't define you, you know what I mean? And I don't ever want you guys to feel like if you don't have these certain labels or if you don't have these designer clothes that you're not good enough. You are good enough, you know what I mean? Like it's just a label, it's just a designer, it's just a piece of clothing or shoes or purse, whatever the thing is, you know what I mean? Those things just don't matter, you know what I mean? At the end of the day, what matters is how you are as a person, how you treat people, how others treat you, you know what I mean? Like I just really want you guys to know, like, yes, materialistic things are cool. Yes, they're cool to look at. Yes, they're cool to buy. Yes, if you have the money to go buy them, buy them. You know what I mean? I'm not saying that at all. I'm not judging people that go out and buy materialistic things, you know what I mean? But I never want to be one of those type of people that materialistic things is that all that matters to me, and that's what defines me is what label I have on and what clothes I buy and where I shop from, and shit is it doesn't matter at the end of the day. Like literally when I think about how I want my life to come and when my life has come to an end, you know what I mean? I want to be remembered as the type of person that I was towards people and, you know, my craft and things like that, you know what I mean? I wouldn't want to be remembered as someone that just, oh, he had the designer shoes and he had the designer, you know, jacket or clothes, you know? That shit doesn't matter. It just literally does not matter at the end of the day. Like what matters is how you are on the inside and what and I know that might sound corny and that might sound so cheesy to say, but like, it's honestly the truth. Like, nothing, you can buy as much designer clothes as you want, as much designer shoes and handbags as you want, you know what I mean? But if you're still a shitty person, questions that need answers, you know what I mean? But like, I don't know, I just feel like materialistic things are cool to look at, you know what I mean? If I had the money, I would have a few pieces myself, you know what I mean? Because like, they are cool to look at. I do go on the internet, I look at designer items and things like that, you know what I mean? Just like, because it's cool and it's like, it's fun, you know what I mean? Like, it is, like, I'm not gonna sit up here and act like it's not cool to search and look for designer items and look what they look like and, you know, things like that, and just the colors and all things like that, like, the design of them, but like, that isn't gonna define me. Personally, it's not gonna define me at all. I never would want it to define me. I wanna be remembered as the type of person I was versus the type of shoes I had on. I never want you guys to feel like, if you don't have the designer clothes, if you don't have these labels, and none of that matters. Like, at the end of the day, what matters is how you are as a person, you know what I mean? And that's what's going to carry you more in life than, you know, whatever designer label you're wearing or whatever shoes you have on or whatever you got your outfit from. Like, none of that is literally going to matter at the end of the day. Like, what matters to me and what matters and what should matter to you guys is how you are as a person and how you treat people and how you treat others and, you know, your morals and your values, you know what I mean? I know that might sound so corny and like, I know I can be a hot mess sometimes. I know I can be all over the place. I know I'm dramatic. I know I'm not perfect. I know I do stupid shit at times, but like, I don't know. I just want to be, I would rather anyone new to my channel, hello. I cannot always speak. I can always form sentences. I say this all the time. I don't know. But what I was trying to say is, I would rather be, honestly, I'm going to be honest, I would rather be remembered for doing shit than honestly what kind of labels and clothes I wear. But just because that doesn't matter. Like, it shouldn't matter, you know what I mean? And it doesn't need to matter to you guys. What needs to matter is, you know, and this is just my advice to you guys, it's just my opinion, I can only just speak from how I feel, my thoughts on it. You know, do you continue to chase your dreams? Don't worry about what designer labels you have. Worry about being a better person, you know what I mean? And worry about trying to, you know, just go far in life. I don't even know if I'm making any type of sense, but like, don't worry about designer labels. Literally, they don't mean anything. They aren't going to mean anything. They're just a label. They're just a designer. It's just a piece of clothing at the end of the day. Like, literally, it is a piece of clothing at the end of the day. Some people just literally, their whole life depends on what type of outfit they have on or what type of designer outfit they can buy or what type of shoes they can get, what type of clothes. None of that matters at the end of the day. Like, it literally, it's so irrelevant. I care about how you are as a person, you know what I mean, and the type of person you are on the inside, you know what I mean. I don't fuck a designer, like, all of that is, like, it just does not matter. Like, yes, it is cool to look at, yes, it is cool to purchase if you can afford it, yes, it is cool to, like, look at it and want, and all that's cool, you know what I mean. Like, it's all natural. We all want designer things, you know what I mean. We all want a few designer pieces, you know what I mean. But like, don't base your whole life on it. Don't be discouraged if you don't get it or if you couldn't afford it, you know what I mean. Like, none of that matters at the end of the day. You continue to be the best person that you can be, and you continue to work on yourself, and you continue to grow as a person, you know what I mean, and as a human being, and you continue to just remain the same, and all of that doesn't matter, you know what I mean. Like, literally, designer things and materialistic things just don't matter. They're there, you know what I mean. They're just there. They're just items at the end of the day. That's a good way to put it. They're literally just items. Well, obviously they're items, but you know what I mean. Like, in that sense, they're literally just items, you know what I mean. And an item should never define you, you know what I mean. Like, you define yourself, you define who you are. Like, a designer, a clothing, a shoe, a backpack, a purse, whatever the item is, it's just an item that shouldn't define you, and it doesn't need to define you. I'm gonna give you guys this little thing. I don't know, I want you guys to think on this, but here's the thing, I would rather have somebody that is not in designer, you know what I mean, doesn't care about that, any of those things, doesn't worry about a label, and then be the most awesome person and then be the most great person that could ever be, than me be with somebody or be around somebody that is like shitty on the inside, has a shitty personality, shitty moral values, and has every designer label. Who would you choose? That's a good question for you guys. Who would you rather have? You know what I mean? Like, that's the question. That's where I'm going to leave you guys at. Just because I feel like that's so important, and I want you guys to think about that and really, really think about that. You know what I mean? Whenever someone talks about designers, or that's all they have to talk about, that's only, their whole conversation just involves labels and designers and prices and things like that. You know, things that just are so irrelevant. To me, anyways, like I said, these are just my opinions. Everybody has an opinion. Everybody can voice their opinion or is entitled to their opinion, you know what I mean? And that's just really how I feel about it. I feel like designer things, yes, they're cool to look at, yes, they're cool to, you know, want and cool to, like, if you can buy them, you know what I mean? But, like, don't let that be the only thing that consumes you. Don't let that be the only thing that, you know, that you can bring to the table, you know what I mean? Like, you're everyone, we're all great, we're all different, you know what I mean? Don't let just designers and labels and things like that be the only thing that you know about, or that you not know about. How am I trying to put this? Like, don't let designers and labels define you. That's I'm an idiot, that's the word I was looking for. But yeah, seriously, don't, like, if you guys can take anything from me, I always say this, I always try to, you know, tell videos and things like that from my experience and things that I've seen and been through, you know what I mean? But, like, seriously, if you guys can take this from me, literally take this from me, you know what I mean? Like, designers and labels don't mean shit at the end of the day, you know what I mean? What matters is how you are as a person and how you are on the inside, and you're more than your values and you as a human being, you know what I mean? Like, not the clothes that you wear, not the designer shoes that you have or buy or any of those things. Literally, they don't matter, you know? 12 of Tone Talks, I just want to talk about materialistic things and just really how they don't matter, you know what I mean? They shouldn't define you. Don't ever let them define you. You know, what should define you is how you are as a person and how you are towards people and your morals and your values and respect and all of those things. That's what matters, you know what I mean? Not designer shoes, clothes, labels. None of those things seriously matter at the end of the day. They won't matter when your life comes to an end, you know what I mean? I don't mean to be dark and, like, put that out there, you know what I mean? But, like, I just want to be honest with you guys and just kind of tell you just, like, how it is at times, you know what I mean? Whether it might seem dark or not, you know, that's just honestly the truth. At the end of the day, designer and labels, they don't mean shit, you know what I mean? And they never will mean shit. Yes, they're cool to look at, yes, they're cool to purchase, but, like, at the end of the day, don't let them define you. They aren't meant to define you. They're just items at the end of the day, and just always remember that they're items, you know? But I hope you guys like this video. Like always, like, comment, subscribe to my channel, comment down below any other episodes of Tone Talks that you want me to talk about, other topics on Tone Talks that you want me to talk about. You guys know I can't speak, but yeah, I love you guys so much. I hope you like this episode, and I will see you in the next one.